right, so we made it to Lassen Volcanic National Park last night.
Yeah.
And quick tip, if you would like to stay at this campground or any of the campgrounds.
Manzanita Lake.
Yeah, just make a reservation at recreation.gov because they don't have first come, first serve. We went into the camp store and I was like, hey, like, you guys do first come, first serve? And he's like, oh no, actually you have to make a reservation online. Like, we don't have the Iron Ranger anymore. Also, we don't have cell service, so you're gonna need to like go up the road. We're like, okay.
Yeah.
We tried to get Starlink set up like while we were dumping, but it was giving you a problem. So we ended up just driving up the road where we had one bar of service and every page loaded, you know, for like a minute. But we were able to get a site.
Yeah.
And come back.
There are tons available, which is one of those, like, it was just really annoying.
Right. I think they might have had an issue because they did have an Iron Ranger here, but it's all like taped up and they have all these new signs that are like, you must make a reservation online. So maybe they had an issue with first come, first serve.
Yeah, I'm sure it's like, or they couldn't find a host or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. They do have an Iron Ranger for their dump station. So I was like kind of irritated. They're like, oh, we'll take credit card for the dump. But if you, want a campsite, you gotta jump through some hoops.
Yeah.
Whatever. We did get our site, obviously, but the other thing is that these sites are all
really unlevel. Like a lot of them are really unlevel. So it's been kind of funny to see the different like campers up like in all these different directions, which we had to do too. I actually think this is like the most unlevel we've ever been.
Yeah. All in all though, it's a beautiful campground.
Oh yeah, I know. It sounds like we're complaining, but that's just your tip is book your reservation online. But yeah, it's beautiful.
I would say the flattest sites is like B30 and 31. They're kind of like two sites next to each other.
Yeah.
They look pretty flat. There are a couple other ones, but it's so hard that you can't like go around, find a flat site, and then like take it.
Yeah, but like obviously beautiful forested campground, which is like our favorite type of camping. We got settled in last night and I was like, this feels like a campground.
Yeah.
Like we need to have a fire, roast some s'mores. Like we didn't do any of that. It's just the vibe it has. Like it's very much California camping to us because this is what we're used to.
Today is exploring Lassen Volcanic.
Yes, we're gonna hunt down a park map.
The road looks like lots of little squiggles,
I
so
know.
we'll see.
We'll see. All right, guys, we already got another tip for you if you're coming to this national park. So we stopped at the visitor center, we got our map, and then we hopped back in the car and I was reading through the map. There's a section in it that says something about like an auto tour. Blah, blah, blah. The road guide is sold at the Loomis Museum and the visitor center. So we turn back around, I run in and I'm like, hey, like I saw in the map that you guys sell like an auto tour, can I buy that? And she was like, oh, no, you have to download the app. If you go up the road, there's a place you could get service, which is like the exact same spiel we got last night when we were trying to book a reservation online because they wouldn't do first come, first serve. Oh, and by the way, the map says all our campgrounds are first come, first serve. So anyway, it's just a little out of date. So we're sharing this information with you. So we drove back up the highway. We're at the same place that gives one bar of service, and Jason was able to like kind of walk around and get enough service to download the app. This is just our heads up, like all this stuff is online, but there's no service in this park except in this one spot.
It's very frustrating.
Definitely make your reservations online. Definitely download the national park app first.
And in the national park app, like I've had it downloaded before, but I made some updates. It's still kind of like a meh app.
Yeah.
But you can go into the park itself and there's a little toggle here at the top. You can barely see it, but that allows you to save, that little toggle just allows you to save things for offline use. And so I feel like that's relatively new. They didn't have that before.
Yeah, that's good. Nice.
Yeah, that's nice. And then, I mean, I'm happy that there's a self-guided tour. It's just the app's not the best, and so the self-guided tour's not the best. And
yeah,
it's just
Right.
Kind of a bummer, but
Yeah.
no big deal.
And it's so funny because she gave me a second guide on like downloading the app, but then it still says in this guide that there's a more extensive CD tour that you can buy at the visitor center. So it's like even this is still out of date. Anyway, it's totally fine. We get it. Like some of these,
It's
you know.
just been like a frustrating experience with this national park. It's
Right.
like I'm so excited for this national park.
I know.
And I've been waiting to come here for a long time. It's always been snowed in because they have snow way late into the season.
Yeah.
And then it snows early, so it's like literally closed for at least 6 months out of the year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're finally passing by. We get to go to Lassen, and then it's just like roadblock after roadblock.
Yeah, super irritating.
So don't be like us and try to just like
wing it.
have
Plan a little bit more for this
yeah. I
part.
mean, and so we always just kind of wing it at national parks for the most
Yeah.
part. Like it makes it more fun exploring, no
Yeah.
expectations. But
Right.
yeah, this one you need a little bit more.
Yeah. I would never advocate for a national park to have Wi-Fi. Like I never thought that was a necessity. But if you're requiring people to go online to stay at the campground and requiring people to go online to like listen to your audio tours, then it might not be a bad idea to like throw up a little Wi-Fi, you know?
Just a quick little Starlink. Would be good these
And I
days.
know a lot of people would need it because just sitting here, like there's so many people that stop at this one pullout where they tell everyone to go to get their 1 bar of internet service.
Yeah.
So like there's so many people that would benefit from this if you're not going to do things like in person or take credit card or take, you know, checks and stuff like that. Anyway, these are the growing pains of certain things transitioning to online, you
Yeah.
know? So, all right, are we ready to start the
Yeah,
tour?
let's go.
We are getting out of the truck and onto the trails. So the hike we're doing is called Bumpass Trail, and we're gonna go down to Bumpass Hell and hopefully see some geothermal features.
Yeah.
Looks like one of the cooler things in this park.
Yeah, it's supposed to look like Yellowstone, which is a big draw without the people.
Nice. So we made it to Bumpass Hell, and as you can see, there is some of the features below us. But it's funny, we learned about this area as the guy who discovered it actually wanted to mine it for minerals. So him and his partner, when they were kind of like prospecting the land, Bumpass broke through a thin layer of mud and his foot landed in 240-degree Fahrenheit mud, and he kept the leg but was like severely injured, and so that ruined all their dreams of mining this area. But I guess I have to kind of think that maybe that was Mother Nature's way of saying, don't even think about it.
So this is actually pretty cool, even though it requires a little bit of a hike to get here. Yeah, they have this really nice boardwalk, kind of reminds you of Yellowstone, especially with the features. But the boardwalk actually continued further, but they removed it, and luckily they did, because in 2020, right here where the boardwalk went up and over, a huge mud pot opened, as you can see where all this steam is. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy, but it's definitely kind of a out of this world area with boiling mud and the smell of sulfur and all the cool colors.
Exploring the steaming vents and rugged trails of Lassen Volcanic National Park, we needed to continue our journey south. So we made our way to Quincy, California, and tried a whole new kind of boondocking, camping on a GPAA mining claim. Tired of playing Guess That Smell in your RV? We certainly were, and that's why we created Tank Tune-Up. We created this holding tank treatment with a dual action formula that not only breaks down waste, but eliminates odors. Our formula doesn't have fillers or artificial fragrances that honestly sometimes make the odors worse. Tank Tune-Up is so easy to use, just simply scoop it, rinse it, and forget it. Whether you're hitting the road for a weekend getaway or living the full-time RV lifestyle, Tank Tune-Up makes odors a thing of the past. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to get yours today. And if you want to learn more about our product, check out our full video on it. All right, guys, if you thought we were done with the gold panning content, you're sorely mistaken.
Yeah, so we joined the GPAA, which is like the Gold Prospectors Association of America. And that got us access to all their claims.
Yes.
So we're here outside of Quincy in California, in a beautiful national forest.
Yes. They have boondocking here, so we've been here 2 nights. The last night was the second night, and it's been so nice. And California has actually been pretty crowded. Like, we're having a harder time finding campgrounds. So to have this like resource at our fingertips has been really beneficial. We are like literally the only ones out here.
Yep.
There was, a couple of older gentlemen here the first day, and they were out panning for some gold too. And so it's like, I don't know, it's a new hobby. It's really fun. Now we're meeting people with the same interests because of this club.
Yeah, and it's getting us to places we would probably usually not explore, like weren't on our list before. So
no. And I mean, if you've watched us for a while, we're from California. We both grew up here, born and raised. So, I mean, I know we live in Florida now, but to get to different parts of a state that you grew up in is like really cool.
Yeah, so we're burning daylight. We got to get out there and
get that gold.
Yeah, start washing those rocks. All right, this creek is our base camp for the day. We'll be here for the next, 4 to 6 hours probably, depending on if we keep finding gold. This claim that we're at is actually 40 acres, and so you get to explore the stream in the whole claim area, which is really interesting. And we found this area, which we liked because there is a bunch of bedrock which catches gold just the way it is, and it has been worked before, so it looks like someone was finding gold here, but there's still a lot more area to work and try to pull the gold out. But if you can't tell, it's not a bad way to spend a Saturday. exciting stuff. We got our first picker, is what they're called, because you can pick them up. And so we're celebrating with pub beer.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a team effort because I gathered everything and got it in here and got it like 90% panned out, and then a forest service guy came, and so I walked up there to go talk to him. And
you told me I could pan it.
Handed this to Ray and said, "Hey, finish this off," which she did, and got the picker. So good job, team Getaway.
I feel bad. I just stole that high though when the black dirt rolls off and you reveal like the gold.
That is like the number one. Like even if it's a little flake or a little speck, that last little, when you're swirling and you're cleaning the black sand away because the gold hides underneath it, and then it just shows through, and you get that like, ooh, how big is that? What is that? Yeah. But I'm glad that we were both able to get this gold.
Yeah. At least I could give you the good news when you got back.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. So now, I don't know. Once again, this is the kind of thing that just keeps you going for like, just like one more hour.
Yeah, yesterday we were super discouraged by this place.
Yeah. And
we were like, well, we'll just do a couple more pans and leave. And now we're finding flakes and now a picker.
Yeah.
Think we'll do a couple more pans.
Yeah, I think so. So we're done. We have to move on for the day, and we got some good gold. We're very excited, but we have to head to a new campsite tonight. But there is one final step in the process of prospecting, and it is reclaiming the land. So I like to make big tailings piles like that because it gives me a sense of achievement, but you can't just leave it. It's a little unsightly and it kind of changes the water flow. So you try to return the land to as close as possible as you can. So although these rocks are all washed and don't have the dirt, we'll just return them over to the other side of the stream where we got them, and hopefully we don't change the stream. And I think I moved one or two big rocks, so I'll try to move those back and keep the water flow how it was. But yeah, I think that's it for this location.
After our time gold panning in the mountains, we made a beeline for Southern California to soak up some much-needed family time. There's nothing like long hot showers and free laundry to recharge for the road ahead.